Another day of playing the banjo. And today I'm gonna work in a little bit of a new little tune that I'm sure you've probably heard of. It's a very simplified version of the song. It's I'll Fly Away, the old kind of Christian song. So I like that tune, I like that. I grew up in church hearing it. So I'm just gonna play around with this little simplified version of it that I found. Funny enough, I found the tablature, it's on Pinterest is where I found it. I don't know if it is, I've looked up some tutorials on YouTube and it seems like guys are playing much more complex rolls and licks version of this, but this is just a very simplified kind of easy way to go through it. And it sounds, it sounds good enough to a point that I enjoy how it sounds. Honestly, it's very simple. So, and we're gonna focus on, will the circle be unbroken? We're gonna focus on the fourth line more, and then back to the third line where we were messing up a bit. So yeah, thanks again for joining me. This is kind of my banjo channel where I update I do a daily video, or and go through my progress, talk about what I'm thinking, what I'm struggling with, what I'm working on. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So I'll Fly Away, it kind of is, it's all basically, it's all in the first and second fret, and it's very simple. So. So yeah, that's it played all the way through. I was messing around with this last night before I went to bed, and obviously it needs to be played at a much more fluid pace. But you can already kind of hear the lyrics into it, which if you listen, at least when I listen to Will the Circle Be Unbroken, maybe it's because I haven't heard the song as many times in my life, but I just have the melody down way less than I do with this. And it's a lot more complex piece of music, or not complex, but there's a lot more to it as far as strings go. I think that's around kind of probably way out of tune, way out of pitch here. I'll fly away, I'll fly away, on God's celestial shore. Okay. Bear with me, folks. Lord have mercy. Does not match up with When I Die, Hallelujah, by and by, I'll Fly Away. I guess I'll have to play a lot faster maybe than it'll sound right there on the last line. So yeah, that's what we got so far. It's fun. I just was on Reddit kind of like late last night messing around, procrastinating, doing some other work. And someone said a good beginner songs to learn, I'll Fly Away. And then I went on YouTube, I saw some harder ones and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to get into these tonight, but I can start this little simple version. So just a little fun side thing to keep me interested while I'm doing this kind of slow go through Will the Circle Be Unbroken. So some of the notes I got from yesterday's video are I need to work on my melody and on my, a lot of people say kind of like playing with the metronome, but also just playing in rhythm. And I think that with Will the Circle Be Unbroken, right now, I'm not too worried about it being in rhythm. I'm just trying to get it down. I think maybe I should be, but the way I look at it is I want to be able to play it all continuously flowing without needing to stop. So once I can get that down, then I will focus a little bit more on getting it in rhythm. I think with the other tunes, I need to start focusing on rhythm and metronome. And as I'm practicing, like when I practice Cripple Creek on my own time now, I'm playing with the metronome. I got my ear to it and I'm listening to what's going on, and then same with the other tunes. But with this one, I want to get it down to a point where I can play it continuously, and then I will start focusing on the rhythm. Maybe in the future that will change as far as how I go about learning stuff. It's just I'm still pretty beginner at banjo, so I am doing it this way right now. So let's focus on the third to fourth line here. I'm going to start at the end of the third with the triple thumb. So that's not too bad. A little bit of a mess up with the pull off, and I know that that's another thing I have is just focusing on pull offs from 3 to 2 more often. So that's a good thing to worry about. Okay, I'm gonna look at so the first measure is pretty simple. It's just a slide, then a forward, backwards roll. So it's not so bad. Second measure is where we had a little bit of a problem. similar to what happens on that first line there. All right. All right, so that's the fourth line there. Let's play the third and the fourth line together, see how that goes. Still gonna be rough. Still not finding the fret sometimes and things like that correctly. Like that's what just happened there. Is I'm on the second string, but I was like around the second fret or so. So that's just a kind of comfort thing of playing more and more. So I'm not too worried about that part. All right. That's rough, but that is the third and fourth line. Definitely going to need a lot more work. It's interesting how much I am struggling with Will the Circle Be Unbroken, honestly. It's frustrating for sure. But, you know, I think it's just getting better and better slowly, and it's practicing a lot of good stuff, because it's like, you know, with Boil Them Cabbage Down, at least the version I'm playing, a lot of it's just kind of repetitive, versus this is some of it's repetitive, but a lot of it's a little bit different stuff being thrown at you as you go. So I'm gonna play Cripple Creek one time, and then I'll end it. Having a little fun, a little cheeky. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't seen any of the past videos, go check them out. And yeah, see you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Thank you.